That's eNCA reporter Silindelo Masikane is this morning in Punda Maria in the northern part of the Kruger National Park. That's in MPUMALANGA province, lying on the border with Mozambique, tracking the tropical storms trail. Silindelo, very good morning to you. Of course, we know that the tropical storm Eloise came over the border across from the Mozambique Channel at the weekend, and it's left a trail of damage in parts of South Africa, like in the Kruger National Park, but dumped a lot of water.
Certainly, Bradan. It's been a very stressful, I think, couple of days for residents and communities in and around Limpopo, MPUMALANGA, as well as KwaZulu-Natal, who were much affected by the heavy downpours that came with the tropical storm Eloise. It was downgraded once it hit our shores, and for the last couple of days there's been a lot of flooding, bridges being washed away, roads and infrastructure that's been damaged, trees that have fallen and been uprooted, that have had to be moved, and unfortunately a number of deaths that have taken place in KwaZulu-Natal, and some search and rescue operations in areas such as MPUMALANGA. However, thankfully in Limpopo there have not been any fatalities that have been recorded. However, there have been some injuries, and unfortunately communities that are trapped within their areas because the bridges have been washed away and the roads have been damaged. On the R81 in particular, we saw that a sinkhole was formed following the floods and a burst pipe, and that reconstruction is also currently underway. But at this stage, what we know is that officials are remaining on high alert. It does not seem as though there's going to be much rain forecast for the rest of the week. We know that the tropical storm is making its way to Botswana, in fact, but it's also forecast to make its way back to South Africa, and when it does, it seems it will be affecting parts of the Northern Cape, Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Free State, as well as the Northwest. And so at this stage, the South African Weather Services have asked communities and residents to be vigilant, to remain on high alert. But at this stage, what we are seeing that's going to unfold over the next couple of days, Bradan, is relief that's going to be provided to those affected communities. Many of those whose homes have been damaged, they need food parcels, they need shelter, and at this stage officials are still trying to quantify just how bad the damage has been. Because officials were unable to actually access most of these communities because of the heavy downpours and the flooding. So now that the waters are going down and we're not seeing a lot of rain, officials will be busy with those assessments and ensuring that they are providing relief as speedily as possible, and a report will be released in terms of just how extensive that damage is. But one of the last stops, Bradan, that I've made on my road trip here in Limpopo just to assess the damage is here in Punda Maria in the Kruger National Park. We speak a lot about the damage and the destruction and the death that comes with the tropical storm, but I think many forget that the storm also has an effect on the environment, and we know that some of the dams here in the Kruger National Park have actually been filled, and there's been a lot of activity prior to that storm and now afterwards. I'm here with Mr. GARTH HOLT from the Kruger National Park, just to give us a sense as to what happened in the park over the past couple of days and what we are seeing. I know that you mentioned to me earlier on that there were a lot of videos that were put on social media that were not actually from the park over the past couple of days.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. The cyclone coming through has been one of many cyclones we've had to deal with over the last couple of years, and unfortunately people tend to get very emotional about them and post videos of previous situations that they consider as part of the existing one. We were very prepared for this one. We had an evacuation plan ready. Where there were camps that we suspected, like Shingweti, which had a serious flood in 2013, we evacuated the whole camp just in case, but the damage was minimal, fortunately. A lot of the smaller camps were cut off. The roads were washed away, as well as the access points. But as I said, we were completely ready for it. All the gravel roads were closed, and we had an amazing situation where our tar road between Shingwetsi and Punda Maria was actually covered in water. Absolutely incredible, something we've never seen before, and that was what was one of the highlights of it.
Yeah.
But as you were saying, the advantage is that these floods and cyclones and stuff are actually very important for the environment. Provides water, provides grazing, and really supports wildlife as well. And animals, interestingly enough, are able to escape to a large extent the floods and so on. They will move away from rivers, streams. It's only humans that live on the banks of these streams and so on that are affected more than animals.
Thank you so much, Mr. Holt.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
All right, as you've heard, that is Mr. Garth Holt, just taking us through some of the effects that the tropical storm has had on the environment.
Yeah, it's always a two-sided situation. The humans suffer a lot from the flooding and the damage, but as you said, the wildlife environment, somehow it knows how to survive this and benefit from it. Take care. Thank you very much, Silindelo Masikane. Then Punda Maria in Kruger National Park, as she's making her way across now, going towards Limpopo, as we continue to check the effects or the aftermath of tropical storm Eloise.